Hey, this is T Love, aka Shumper the Bowman from AMC's Walking Dead, and you're listening to Creech Questions.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 27 of Creech Questions. Our podcast is brought to you in part by the Dead Connection, and the music you're listening to in the background is Irma Louise's East Virginia. You can listen to more of their music at theirmalouise.ch. I am your host, CJ Creech, along with my co-host,
Chasity Valentine.
And
we do have a guest here with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ashley. Holla!
Yes, this is Ashley.
You give me a gift, bam! Thank you note. You invite me somewhere, pow! RSVP. You do me a favor, wham! Favor returned. Do not test my politeness.
Alright, so today we have some shout outs for you. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Allison, who checked on me after choking and almost dying in Woodbury. Made sure that I had a cold towel and some Dramamine and a Sprite. At that point in time, she didn't know that I had actually been choking and dying in the bathroom. She thought I had gotten sick off of the food at our business meeting together for lunch. But I want to give her a shout out because she checked on me, made sure I was okay. And had I actually still been choking at that time, she might have actually saved my life by coming to check on me. So, huge shout out to Allison.
Okay, and we do need to talk a little bit more about that because there's a lot of, I guess you could say, funny stuff that happened in such a bleak situation. My shout out's going to be to Kevin Phoenix, who we were recording in Myrtle Beach this weekend for his documentary, which is currently untitled because everybody hates the titles that I come up with. So, we filmed up there. We stayed in a hotel, and we got to go to Broadway at the beach, so that was fun. But thank you, Kevin, for hooking us up with a sponsorship for it. It was a great event, and I'm pretty much finished editing that footage. Other than that, I don't really have anybody else that I want to give a shout out to this week.
Now, we do have a guest here with us today, Ashley. Ashley, do you have anybody that you would like to thank for anything or simply just shout out to?
Apparently, the hand signals that she's giving, nobody can see.
I want to give a shout out to CJ and Chasity for inviting me over here so I can be part of it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And, that's going to do it for the shout out. So we are going to talk about this event that happened. The whole almost death in Woodbury. I need you to start from the beginning and give the blow-by-blow of what exactly went down.
We want the details.
Okay. So we go to Woodbury in Senoia, Georgia to meet with our sponsors and have a really nice lunch with them as we have in the past. Unfortunately, this meeting, I ended up choking on a piece of chicken wrapped in bacon. And it was supposed to be stuffed with cheese, but it was terrible. So, we are sitting at the table. We're all having a good time talking a little bit of business and whatnot. And I go to drink water, and I realize I can't swallow anymore. So, I embarrassingly get up from the table very quickly and dart to the bathroom.
I'd like to add, it's not even like that how you described it. Like, when you got up, you looked like you were, like, in one of those horror movies where the guy's getting ready to turn into, like, a werewolf. You're like, oh, and you're moving your hand, and then, like, you just darted in there. So I was like, okay, is it a full moon outside? Because, like, we were, like, going into full, like, transformation there. It was pretty horrifying because we didn't know what the hell was going on.
Well, what was happening is I was actually legitimately choking. I've had, in the past, had trouble swallowing my food. It's actually a family kind of thing that's happened in our family. But this time I was actually legitimately choking, and I didn't know it yet. I went to the bathroom and I won't get too gross on you, but there was...
I mean, you're already in the bathroom. I mean, like, seriously.
Well, yeah. Well, I go to bend over the toilet and then the water comes out. Well, I go to...
Ew.
I go to take a breath in and I could not breathe. I actually ended up gasping for air. There was someone in the stall next to me. My stall door was completely open and unlocked. Obviously, because it was open. But they proceeded to finish up their business, wash their hands, and walk out the door.
She didn't do anything?
Nothing.
She was a white-haired angel of death. And she just left.
As I'm gasping for air in the stall next to her, she proceeded about her day as if nothing else was happening. The only way that I know that it was a female is it is presumed that the table saw an old lady walk out of the restroom.
And by table, we mean me.
Walk out
She
of
did,
the
and she
restroom.
left. She didn't even stay. She was like, this is not good. So I'm just going to go.
Wait,
I don't want to be an accomplice to murder.
Well,
Oh, she didn't, like, even tell anybody. Like, she came out and just went straight for the door. She
Bye.
wasn't like, hey, there's somebody in there making some weird noises. She was just like, bye, Felicia. Just left.
well, now, if you are ever choking, please go out to someone who can give you the Heimlich. Me, in wanting not to embarrass myself anymore, I actually had to save myself at that point. I did everything I could to stop choking. And eventually, I actually did save myself. It was very scary. It was very, very scary. But in a case where you are choking, please set your pride aside and go out to someone and give them the choking signal. And
Or something.
let someone help you. But in this case, me being in Woodbury, if I had run out there and was doing the choking symbol, and here I am making these horrible noises, like, trying to gasp for air, I'm pretty sure everyone would just start clapping and laughing at me and thinking I was pretending to be a walker.
Well, I don't think anybody at our table would have assumed that. I'm just saying.
Maybe not our table, but the rest of the restaurant probably would have. Just a tip, if you are choking and you are by yourself and the person beside you decides that they don't want to help you, please take in as much oxygen as you physically can and cough as hard as you can until it comes up. In another instance, you can take, if you have a chair around you or anything, you can bend over the chair and give yourself the Heimlich. I don't want anyone to die from choking. It is probably the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. So, me having asthma and dealing with that doesn't even compare to how I felt when I was choking. Because when you have medication there to help you, that's one thing. And when you have nothing there to help you, and you're basically running off of instinct and adrenaline, that is so scary. And I could not be more grateful to be here today. I love so many people, and I love what I do, and I have so much more to accomplish. So I'm glad I'm here. But the choking was pretty scary. And
I would have freaked.
I was
all of us felt really bad. We were like, wow. Like, we were looking at the table first after you left. We were like, we think somebody should go in there. And then, like, well, maybe they didn't agree with her and she's going to throw up. Then a couple minutes passed by and we're like, somebody really needs to go in there. We're like, well, we'll give her a little bit more. It still could be something. And then by that point, Allison was like, yeah, we need to go. I need to go in there now. because I don't think she's coming out. And
I almost didn't.
she almost didn't. So Allison came in there to the rescue, and she gave you some little presents afterwards.
Yeah, Dramamine and Sprite.
And then you got to get your retail therapy to complete the healing.
Yes. It was good.
Can I just say, like, one thing? And, like, not to, like, make this, like, lighter than it really is, because that is super scary. But the fact that you were so embarrassed, like, could you imagine if you had died in the restroom because you were too embarrassed? You didn't want to interrupt anybody else's, like, lunch? Like, no. That would have been horrible.
That would have been a terrible way to die.
Right? Like, oh, how'd she die? Like, never mind. I'm not... So bad.
Yeah, you'd have been embarrassed in the afterlife.
For sure.
All right, so that leads us to the interviews today. We've got Jose Pablo Cantillo and
Travis Love, which both of them were really fun to interview. They both gave us quite a bit of their time. Longer than the interviews that we were able to get in Orlando because, like we've mentioned quite a few times, Walker Stalker Cons are fan-based conventions, so media is very limited. So when we get these longer interviews, which may seem short to y'all, are actually quite a blessing because it's really hard to get a lot of these actors' times in these conventions because Walker Stalker Con is about the fans, and I think it's actually pretty remarkable in that way because it is literally there for the fans to enjoy the things that they love about The Walking Dead or the actors or, you know, even the merchandise that's sold by locals or even out-of-towners. It's really, really fan-based.
it really is. And you can actually see me and Chasity along with our missing partner in crime, David, at Walker Stalker Con Boston in 3 weeks.
Which I am super stoked about. I cannot wait to go. I've never been to Boston. And I believe we're making a side trip to New York as well.
We are going to the heart of New York City.
And I have never been to New York City. So these are going to be adventures that are going to mean a lot to me because it's going to be a lot of firsts. And I'm really excited.
So without any further ado, here is Travis Love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Creech Questions. I am here with Travis Love, who you may remember as Shumpert the Bowman from The Walking Dead.
A bad guy only on TV, not in real life, just so you know.
And thank you again for joining our podcast.
Thank you for coming out, man. I appreciate it.
How has it been so far this weekend?
It's been awesome, man. Orlando's a great city. The weather's nice. You know, you got pools, you got a lot of attractions, you got theme parks. I took the Tower of Terror plunge, which was pretty frightening. And the picture shows it, but I've been having a ball. Orlando is a wonderful city.
It really is.
Yes,
and you, as we said, you were on The Walking Dead.
Yes.
What was your favorite memory from working on the set?
My favorite memory was when I got to shoot a .50 caliber machine gun mounted on a Hummer. That was absolutely badass.
That looked very badass.
Yeah, it was. I kind of felt like a modern version of Rambo or something. You know what I mean? I even got to scream when I was shooting. You know what I mean? I went all out. I was all out for it. Yeah.
That is awesome. And what do you got in the works now?
Right now, I still do crew work as well, but the main thing that I have coming up, I'll be doing voiceover for a new animated series called Kingdom Inc. So be on the lookout for the character named Big Ton because that's voiceover by your boy, Travis Love.
Awesome. Yeah, so make sure you check out that. And that was Kingdom Inc., right?
Kingdom Inc. Yes, it is.
All right. And obviously, make sure you come to Walker Stalker Cons. Are you going to be at any of the future ones?
I'll be at all the Walker Stalker conventions. So make sure you come by, and make sure you come by my table and see me. I want to see you. You. Yes, you. Come see me. This guy. All right? There's the poster. You see the face. It's me. Come holler at me.
And thank you again.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, not a problem.
Okay, so that was Travis Love, who was really awesome to interview. He was super fun. When he gave me a hug, I was pretty worried that my makeup was going to rub off on his extremely clean white shirt. Luckily, I checked without him knowing that there's no makeup on his shirt. He's a really cool guy, and you definitely want to stop at his table if you ever see him at a convention. So without further ado, here is Jose Pablo Cantillo's fantastic interview. You're going to hear him promote some new things that he has going on and conversing with us, and he's super fun, super awesome. Y'all enjoy.
What would be your favorite memory from working on Sons of Anarchy?
Oh, from Sons. Oh, I thought I was going to get a Walking Dead question first.
Threw you a fastball.
But yeah, you did. Sons was one of those that took me a lot of therapy to get over that death. That was a fun show to work on. I loved being out of the pit. If you remember the way one of the first episodes my character was in, I was literally in that pit with the motorcycles running on my face. I remember that moment getting out of the pit. It was like, thank goodness I'm still alive. You know which one? I loved, there was a day that I was working with Jack with the very last episode that I was on, actually, when I kidnapped Tara and Cobra. Jeff was here.
Yeah.
You know, and he stabbed me in the kidney. That day was amazing because I got to drive the action, you know, and we had a chase and a rundown until 3 in the morning. It was a whole day, whole night kind of a thing, and that one was fun because I felt like the character at that point had nowhere to go, and he needed to kind of be put to rest, and just emotionally, it felt like I had redeemed and paid that character off. You know, I would have liked to have gone maybe 1 or 2 more episodes to see just where that would have gone, because the madness, you know, was really percolating at that point. But that one, I felt like I did everything I could with it, and I really tried to serve the character and that whole story, that whole season story, best I could. Yeah.
You did do an amazing job.
Oh, thank you. What was your one of your favorite moments from that season? Give it to him, right?
Yeah. And this was kind of season 2, correct?
3. Season 3.
I liked when they went to Ireland.
Yeah.
Because it was a complete change of pace. Like, you hadn't seen that really in the show yet. It's always centralized in that area, and then it kind of threw you for a loop.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I use the opportunity to promote something I'm working on?
Absolutely.
Hold on 1 second. Stay right there. Let me get... So this is Free Me the Game. It's a game I just released yesterday, or 2 days ago on Kickstarter. And the whole point, you know how everybody's obsessed with getting more friends and followers and crafting the perfect post and living online, if you will. Well, this is a game that reminds us to not take ourselves so seriously. And instead of trying to gain friends and followers, you're actually going to lose friends and followers by playing certain blunders. So this one, for example, you accidentally liked a bikini picture of your sister. This is actually inspired by CJ. And hashtag family comes first. Why don't you take that?
All right, awesome.
And I would love it if you guys were to check it out on Kickstarter and back the game. Pick up a copy.
All right, definitely do that. And just one more question. This one won't be a curveball. What was your favorite moment of working on The Walking Dead?
It was season 3 with Norman and Daryl when we were at the silos. We had this, I guess for the lack of a better phrase, pissing contest on who could kill the most zombies in the coolest fashion. Do you remember this?
Yes.
This is when the governor first met Andy Lincoln's character, right? And so they're sitting there in the War Council, as we called it, and we were out there just kind of twiddling our thumbs, and we went out and we heard the growling, and so we started twirling the bats around. It's actually this moment. It's right here. And one, it was just fun to kill, walkers that way, but 2, it was a nice autumn day. I'll never forget the silos. And I remember the wind came and it blew all of the leaves down. There was just tall yellow grass and it was blowing. It was just a good day to be an actor, sharing a smoke with a great actor, and the cameras were there or they're not there. It just felt like a really seamless day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, and congrats on Chappie.
Oh,
it just
thank
came
you.
out on DVD.
Came out
as
on
well.
DVD.
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
Go check it out.
I bought it, but I have not.
Bought it. All right. I like that. Well, go buy Chappie, and then play Free Me the Game, and it'll be a great way to spend the weekend.
And we're back. That was a pretty good interview. Obviously, this was filmed about a month ago, so the crowdfunding project for Free Me the Game is not available anymore. But to those who did fund it, thank you. And if not, make sure you buy a copy. It's a pretty cool game, even though he completely played me in the interview. I've never been caught looking at bikini pictures of my sister, just to clarify that. So, there we go. That's out in the open. What else do we have left to talk about at this point? I mean, we've had some very interesting conversations tonight about death and fame and The Walking Dead and meats. So I don't know what else we could talk about.
I can just say I love looking at my pictures of my sister like in a bikini. So
So there we go. Ashley loves looking at pictures of her sister in bikinis.
gorgeous.
I do have to ask, since we do have a guest on the show today, how do you feel about the season 6 trailer? Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. I'm super excited though. Like, I've been watching Walking Dead since it first started. Like, each season, twice. Like, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
What's your favorite moments?
Gosh. Well, I can't say it. You can't record when Lori died.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, that's why I said you can't put that
You
on.
might hear some
record
sniff.
that.
Yeah, you might hear some sniffles soon of me crying in the background.
Don't cry. I don't know. I love that Morgan's back. I'm super excited that he came back, and like it kind of just ended abruptly, you know, when like Rick's like in his shady side, because you know Rick goes from up and down. So I'm really excited about that. Never trust a community, dude. If there's an apocalypse, don't go with them. I mean, obviously they haven't worked out at all in any of the seasons. I mean,
So you don't think this new town's gonna work out?
heck no, it's not going to work out.
Okay.
That's weird, dude. But I will say my favorite character of all time, Carol, you are a badass now. In season 1 and 2, you know, like, a little timid, whatever. As soon as she put that pics through her husband's head, she was like, okay, now I got my own thing going on. I love Carol. She's so cool.
Awesome. So you would say she's one of your favorite characters?
I
on
love
Walking
her.
Dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you've heard it from our guest, a little bit about how she feels about The Walking Dead. We would love to hear about how you feel as well. Contact us on Facebook or Twitter. CJ, go ahead and give them those outlets.
Well, if you want to talk Walking Dead with us, you can go on Facebook.com/Creech Creative Productions. You can go on our official website at CreechCreativeProductions.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at CJCNOV88 and at Chas91V. I also have an Instagram at Creech Creative and Tumblr at Creech Creative. And I think that's it, unless you go to our main website and send us an email, creechcreative@gmail.com. That's pretty much anywhere you can get in touch with us. If you really want to talk Walking Dead, or if you want to ask Chasity any questions, or me any questions, we'll answer them. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much all of our channels for now, until I add more.
And I will get more channels eventually. I'm working on it, you guys. Bear with me.
Yes, it is a work in progress. She's still fairly new. This is only episode 4 for her. We will raise her right.
All right, so we'd like to thank Ashley for coming on with us as our guest today.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. And
Anytime.
thank you for coming on. We appreciate your presence here. And you guys have an awesome day. You've been listening to
Creech Questions.
Hey y'all, this is Lou Temple. Rick Nicotero.
Donnie Moore.
T-Love.
Sarah Jensen.
Emma Bell.
Big Chen for Vincent M. Ward. Jeff Cobra.
Pablo Cantillo.
Danny Robot. Lawrence Gilliard Jr. Esther Carbonell. Harold Parano. Daniel Thomas May. Ellen Moss.
Sarah Wayne Callie is
Chad L. Coleman. I'm RJ Billy from Breaking Bad. Baseball South.
AMC's Comic Book Man.
The Walking Dead, and you're listening to Creech Questions.
You better listen up good or I'm come get you.
Hey everyone out there, this is CJ Creech, and you too can listen to our celebrity interviews on our podcast, Creech Questions. Check us out on CreechCreativeProductions.com and Facebook.com/CreechCreativeProductions.